Hey guys, how's it going? It's Al. You want your must draft running backs for 2022 fantasy football drafts? I have 5 of them for you. My top 5, but these are only going to be guys from the 2nd to the 6th round. That's where their ADP is currently. It's easy to say, hey, you know who you must draft? All the guys in the 1st round. But you know what? You're not going to get all the guys in the 1st round. You do have more optionality when we get to the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th round. So that's what we're going to focus on for this video. I've already done a 0 RB running backs video. You can find that on this fantasy football channel from like a month ago. I will update that as ADPs have changed and some situations have changed as well. But we're going to focus on those early to mid rounds for this video. So thank you guys for being here. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the notifications bell, leave me a reply down below, and let me know which running backs in rounds 2 through 6 you are targeting the most in your fantasy football and best ball drafts on Underdog Fantasy or on DraftKings. And let's go.
He's a legend.
Everybody's favorite uncle, Uncle Lenny, is on the table again. He's not the crazy uncle that you bring to town just for Thanksgiving and, holiday dinners to ruin the entire meal as they talk about God knows what. Uncle Lenny has delivered for us each of the last 2 seasons. He is Tom Brady's favorite running back. And if Tom Brady wants you on the field, you are just going to play. And all of the narratives that Leonard Fournette is just a 3 yards in a cloud of dust, bash into the line of scrimmage, do nothing running back, have to be gone after his 93 targets last season. At one point, I forget what week it was, by like week 12 or 13, he was leading the league in terms of running back targets. So yes, there were injuries to Barkley, there were injuries to CMC, but a very viable source of target floor from a running back that is very involved in an extremely good offense with a whole lot of inside the 5 carries. Touchdowns, double digits, certainly in play here. He has an ADP right now of 24.5. So he just kind of squeaks in to this range for me. He's the running back 11 on your board. He has come flying up draft boards. He was like in the mid 30s a month ago. So like people asked, why do you draft early? Because the market has not gotten efficient yet. So I think that Leonard Fournette is going to slide higher on draft boards. He's going to keep moving up to like the middle of the 2nd round by the time things are all said and done. As people say, you know what? Buccaneers are just going to be really good. And I want to have the running back who's going to catch passes, get all those inside the 5 carries on a team that projects to score 25 plus points every single week. It's just too good. $5 running back every time that they're at home. Uncle Lenny in play once again. Right behind him, Saquon Barkley, the running back 12 with an ADP of 25 right now in Underdog Fantasy. People are going to shy away from Saquon because of the injuries the last 2 seasons. Tore the knee 2 years ago, came back last season and like stepped on somebody's foot and rolled his ankle. That's an absolute freak injury. The ACL, it's just wear and tear over years and sometimes they just go. Last year stepped on an ankle. That's not somebody who's injury prone. That to me screams at somebody who's been unlucky. And when you factor in that this Giants offense with their new coaching staff is going to play way more up tempo, that Barkley really has nobody behind him that's going to siphon snaps, touches inside the 5 carries away from him. And they're going to play this up tempo, move the ball sort of style to really see what they can do. You can not want to buy into Daniel Jones all you want. I understand that. I'm buying him as a QB2, but it does not take much to have an offense that's going to be greatly improved when you're running that offense that Brian DeBall is going to be running and Saquon Barkley going to get those 75% plus the running back snaps and touches, including all that work in the pass game and all of those inside the 5 carries that is going to come with him. Big time bounce back season for Saquon Barkley, and I am buying at his current ADP. My next player on this list, you've seen him in, I think, every running back video that I've done. I have mentioned Ezekiel Elliott. I'm going to do it again. I still think he's going to keep moving up draft boards. He's got an ADP of 39 right now. He is the 16th running back off the board. I believe that the first time we started talking about him a month and a half ago, sometime in April or May, he had an ADP somewhere at his position of like the running back 20 or the running back 22. That was absurd. The market has already reacted and slid him up to that mid-range RB2 range as opposed to like the bottom of the RB2 range. You got to pay a little bit more to get him, but you're still buying him at essentially what his floor is. Last season, he was playing this half the year on basically a torn MCL. He had an injured knee. It was really, really bad. He did not look quick. He did not look explosive, and he still put up over 1,000 yards with 12 touchdowns on 69 very nice targets. You're getting everything that you need. Tony Pollard is Tony Pollard, and he's going to get his 35 to 40% of the snaps while Zeke takes 60 to 65. The front office wants so badly for Ezekiel Elliott to be the guy that I think that they're going to use Tony Pollard more as a receiver this year, not a receiver out of the backfield. They're going to get him his touches because nobody gets 100% of the running back snaps or touches in this 2022 NFL. But I think we're going to see Tony Pollard line up more in the slot with Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield to allow them more variability in their offense with all the wide receivers that have left there and still are injured, with Michael Gallup, who is still in town but injured, Cedric Wilson leaving, Amari Cooper leaving, and as talented a pass catcher as Tony Pollard is, I think we see him lined up at the same time. They'll be on the field together, but Pollard will be lined up in the slot or as an H-back with Ezekiel Elliott behind the quarterback. Go check out all the great products that they have over at Underdog Fantasy. Use promo code Smizzle, all one word, ALSMIZZLE. That will get you a deposit match up to $100. The best place to play Best Ball, the Best Ball Mania 3, $10 million in prizes to be paid. I laugh every time. It's ridiculous how fast Best Ball has grown over the last few years. $2 million to the playoff winner, $1 million to second place, and if you are the highest scoring team through the first 14 weeks of the season, the regular season, you will take home $1 million as well. So go check out Underdog Fantasy, and you might as well snag a free $100 while you're at it on your first deposit. Moving on to the number 4 guy on my list, Travis Etienne. The running back 17 right now, ADP of 43.6. Everything that you want in a running back. All the same things that we liked about Barkley, all the same things that we liked about Fournette is everything that Travis Etienne brings to the table. And with James Robinson scheduled to start preseason on the physically unable to perform list, and that may linger throughout the season as he is coming back from a very serious injury and does not seem ready to actually go yet, there is nobody challenging Travis Etienne for snaps and touches. He does catch the ball extremely well. The shower narrative in play with his quarterback, Trevor Lawrence, who does project to take a bump in his second year, and an offensive head coach in Doug Peterson. All signs are pointing to an arrow up season for Travis Etienne coming off of injury. So his price being down because, well, you know, the narratives are, well, Trevor Lawrence didn't really look like the deal. He was a rookie quarterback. Give him a break. Well, you know, Doug Peterson, you know, they have a new coach. Who knows? He's coming off of injury. This is a better situation for the entire team than the circus that was in town with Urban Meyer last year. Etienne is certainly a buy here as the running back 17. And the final running back on my must-draft list in rounds 2 through 6 is J.K. Dobbins. ADP of 55.8. Ridiculous value here. Now, you're not going to get a lot of receiving work at him. He's not going to have a lot of targets just because that's not how they utilize running backs in that Ravens offense. Says nothing about Dobbins' ability to catch the ball. It's just not how they deploy their running backs. Yes, he is going to be fighting Lamar Jackson, but if any running back in those top 6 rounds has a 15 touchdown upside on the ground, it would be J.K. Dobbins. If Baltimore goes back to what they were when they had a healthy Lamar Jackson, and all signs point to them having a healthy Lamar Jackson going into this season, with Mark Andrews, with Rashad Bateman on the outside, and possibly bringing in a veteran wide receiver to go opposite him to move Duvernay back into the slot, and on 3 wide receiver sets, somebody like Julio Jones, somebody like Will Fuller, somebody that we haven't even thought of yet. That's going to open up J.K. Dobbins running against extremely light boxes and linebackers and safeties who have to hold because of the threat that Lamar Jackson brings. Think Mark Ingram from a few years ago where he had those 15 plus touchdowns playing with Lamar Jackson when he posted that MVP type season. You're getting that at like an ADP that's in the middle to late 5th round at this point. Like I said, you don't have the floor expectation like you do with a lot of these other running backs who have massive pass catching duties that goes along with them. But those guys don't all carry with them the massive touchdown league winning upside that somebody like J.K. Dobbins is going to bring to the table in 2022. So let me know in the replies down below who you think is a must draft running back this season, right now, this summer, and look out for another video. He's a legend.